What is up, y'all boys? As you can see, it's your boy M-O-N-T-E. And you can see we back with another B-A-N-G-E-R. That spells banger if you're illiterate. And if you haven't noticed, what's that? What's behind me? Oh, it's nothing. Or maybe my chair. But we got a content creation corner created. We got a whole green screen right around us so you can see more of the video. You can focus more on Monty. But let's get right to the video. Today we got why being a time traveler would actually suck. And today we're reacting with our boy Joe Bartolozzi, the dude that used to yell on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to hold you too long. We're going to get right into it.
Why you'd be useless as a time traveler?
Why you'd be useless?
Completely useless if you were suddenly dropped into the past.
Not me though.
We all like to imagine that with our
Honestly, not me. Honestly, I feel like I wouldn't be useless as a time traveler because like I probably got like a special connection with dinosaurs and shit. Especially since like my ancestors and shit, they've been around for a long time. So I think they like really connect with me on like a deeper level type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you know what I mean, but y'all probably not picking up what I'm putting down because this is like advanced knowledge that I actually gained from my ancestors in my past lives over time type shit.
modern education and knowledge of history, we'd be like Ash from Army of Darkness, immediately revolutionizing society, inventing electricity 200 years early, and being hit.
Well, it depends how far back you go. The further back you go, the worse it gets. If you teleported back to like dinosaur level era,
Bro, you're cooked. You're chopped. Not me though.
Like
not me
live
though.
there for a bit, but like you would probably get some sort of disease. A bug would bite you, and you would die. Even if you went back, what do you mean? If you went back to like old English times, like the 1600s, it would actually be fairly hard to communicate with the people, even if you spoke English, because their English is a bit different.
He say English. I don't know if that's just me, but I think he said English.
Rhetoric-wise. And then also at some point so different where you wouldn't be able to communicate. They would probably think you're some sort of witch or demon and like hang you.
Probably.
Even if you had a gun or a weapon, like if
you can't overpower all of them, bro.
You'd immediately be met with hostility.
Hailed as a genius. But the truth is, most of us would be utterly embarrassingly useless.
Yeah.
Despite having smartphones in our pockets with access to all human knowledge, most of us
Well, smartphones would also be useless if you went back in time because there wouldn't be satellites. You wouldn't have Wi-Fi. You'd only be able to do offline app stuff. Bring an iPhone, they would think it's alien or witchcraft.
Right.
It depends what time you go back to, if they're going to be able to hear you out or not.
can't actually do much without modern infrastructure. We know things exist, but we don't know how to make them or even how they fundamentally work.
Yep.
So the first reason you'd be useless in the past is the enormous gap between knowing something exists and knowing how to create it. Sure, you know smartphones exist.
Well, you wouldn't be... What would be like something you could genuinely bring back
like
in society that
like you could bring like if you know math, like I'm pretty good at math. I'm pretty good at math. You know what I'm saying? I could probably teach a little algebra, a little here and there stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they can take it from there. They can create physics and all that extra shit. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just stay back in time and actually prevent them from creating physics, because if you know physics, you know we all some motherfucking bullshit.
Advanced.
What could you actually bring back to help? I mean, you could bring back like a car. Like, say you bring a car back and let them dissect it type shit, and they be like, oh shit, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? And then some smart guy gonna come around and, you know, build that shit. Or, damn, what could you bring back, bro? You can't bring back like cultural things. They don't understand none of that.
ID quicker. A camera? No.
No.
The printing press. If you had, I would shout out to Johannes Gutenberg. I would fucking invent the printing press before the printing press. You don't know how to invent or work electricity, chat. I would bring the printing press. The printing press was in the 1300s. I would bring it back even further. Because the quicker everybody learns how to fucking read, the faster everybody advances as a society.
Oh, yeah.
I think
that
that's
makes
like
sense.
a telltale correlation. Once everybody's able to read and share knowledge,
Niggas said condoms in the chat.
the wheel.
Niggas said condoms. You little freak vibrator. Yo, come on, how you gonna charge it, bruh?
What are you gonna? You're gonna bring the wheel to Egypt because they didn't have it.
You might even know they contain transistors, microchips, and lithium batteries. But could you actually build one from scratch? Do you know how to extract lithium from the earth?
No.
Could you create a microchip without modern manufacturing facilities? Of course not. I mean, what did Carl Sagan say about baking an apple pie from scratch? You got to start with creating the universe. Most of our knowledge depends on
I
vast
guess,
infrastructure
technically.
that took centuries to develop.
Yeah, my favorite thing is when people, the too much stuff conspiracy. Where's it all fucking made, chat? You ever think about that? Where the fuck are my YouTube plaques made? Pickle Rick, the G Fuel fridge, the Funko Pops, the lava lamp, this shirt, my fucking, my headset, the mic, the fucking stand.
What
the
is this nigga
rivets.
talking about?
There's a factory for fucking everything.
Yeah.
China? Yeah, but what is China making everything ever made? Like, they're...
Kinda. They
boils
are
down to,
like
the
top. They're
smallest
number one in
things.
manufacturing.
Like, there's a factory. How is there an infinite number of factories for everything that needs to be made?
Well,
Like,
the factory
like
probably
bottle
specializes in
fills,
multiple things,
like,
bro.
Fucking camera caps, whatever it is, keycaps, mice, fucking trash cans.
We understand things at a consumer level, but not a creator level. This means that while you could tell people about...
Are you joking? No, I know that it's possible. I'm saying it's unfathomable how much goes into small everyday shit that you do. Like, I love learning about how produce gets from, you know, Chile to the grocery store in New Jersey.
Damn, this nigga is yapping
or
hella.
how fucking grapes get from Italy here, or how they process, keep, you know, safe and not spoil certain fruits and have them work year
But I'm
round.
low key understanding
Like,
what he's saying
apples
though.
are only grown in a small fraction of a year, and you're able to buy apples all year
Like
round.
every day, yeah.
Right? Like everything
they have
in
so
your
many
life
trees,
that
bro.
seems simple is highly complicated with a huge chain of production lines and technologies and infrastructures that keep it working.
amazing technologies from the future, you couldn't actually help them build any of it. Okay, and then even if we handwave the language issue, let's say you speak the language of whatever time period
I would revolutionize the seedless watermelon. I would teach them
What?
that they can combine a 2-chromosome and a 4-chromosome watermelon.
Why do you know
to a
this?
3-chromosome watermelon to have seedless watermelons.
Bro, how does he know
That's
how
the
to
thing,
combine
yeah.
a watermelon
Seedless
like that,
watermelons
bro?
are 3-chromosome watermelons.
What?
Because they still work. It's like
Wait.
a genetic mutation.
Wait,
Or,
so
like, seedless
is it a
oranges or
Down syndrome-
mandarins, which is like
Down
50%
syndrome
of the,
watermelon?
like citrus-based fruit that Americans consume is off of like one branch that has been just, you know, grown and grown over generations from like priests in Greece or Italy or something.
Bro, why do you know
in
this?
London, in what geographic region? But you'd still be faced with enormous cultural barriers. Modern speech is filled with references, idioms, and
Alpha
concepts
Sigma,
that simply wouldn't exist
L
yet.
Riz Maxine.
Imagine trying
That's
to
funny.
explain something
What would be, oh, you know what I would do? If you wanted to help society, you would prove that diseases get transferred through bacteria rather than smell. You would have to go back.
What?
To
Is that
time
really a thing they had to
and-
prove back
and
then?
go back to like the
Like if you
printing
smell,
press
well,
time
everybody smelled
and
bad, bro.
Convince everybody that like disease is spread not through the smells, but through like actual physical touch, cough, air, and stuff like that.
being like a broken record to someone who's never seen a record player, or saying something went viral to someone who doesn't understand germ theory. Our entire way of thinking is shaped by modern concepts. We think in terms of electricity, digital information, global communication,
Right.
frameworks that wouldn't exist in pre-industrial societies.
And the crazy part about this is we could low-key learn this right now. I feel like everybody could low-key go out and learn this. You have the information at your fingertips, bro. You literally have the information at the tips of your fingers. You can deadass go find this information today. Obviously, it might be hard to make it and actually execute your plan, but I'm 1,000% sure you could actually just execute this, or like you could 1,000% learn how to at least like conceive this type of stuff, bro.
You'd constantly be reaching for metaphors and explanations.
Bro, no, the best thing you could do is fast track human evolution, go back in time, teach them like rudimentarily how to like create fire and cook food. If you really
Create the wheel.
wanted to advance society, you would go further back to like Homo sapiens that were
I'm sure I can create like a carriage. I'm very confident that I can create a
being in the
carriage.
Stone Age,
I'm very
but
confident. Couple
not
wheels,
knowledgeably
you know, some
advanced enough.
bars in
and
between
teach
that
them
can
how to use
rotate
fire.
with the wheels,
that
and then
make
like a platform
zero
on
sense
top
to your
that
audience.
stays.
And that's before we even
I
get
feel
to
like I
I'm
can
teaching
create a
them
carriage.
Math is inherent. Math, I think
Math is not
Is
inherent.
more inherent in your human nature than most things. That's why math has base 10, because you have 10 fingers. People know how to count. That's like an easy thing.
No,
people
like
have to teach
advanced
you how to
math,
count.
bro.
Like, that's just like a human brain thing. Like, if you never taught anybody anything and you put 2 rocks in front of them, they wouldn't know the number 2. But they could be like, 1 rock, 2 rock.
The social norms. The way we interact with others today would be considered anywhere from bizarre to criminally offensive in most historical periods. Your casual attitude towards authority figures alone might get you imprisoned or worse. Imagine saying R.I.P. Bozo to a fallen monarch in the past. I don't know what.
Bro,
would happen
you
to
would
you.
be
The truth is,
killed
you wouldn't come off
instantly,
across
bro.
as a sophisticated
Automatic-
time traveler from the
automatic
future.
ending.
You'd probably seem like some babbling madman with no practical skills and just bizarre ideas. You know, another thing is that modern humans are remarkably fragile compared to our ancestors. We've been protected by
All right, then I would fucking go back in time. I would speak my gibberish language, but I would be a salesman that sells elixirs that make you feel better, and I would just give people ibuprofen.
Lean? Oh.
They would eventually I would gain their trust, regardless of the fact that I don't speak their language, and then I would rule their society as a wizard man.
modern
Or you'd
medicine,
be killed
sanitation, and
instantly.
food safety standards our entire lives. If you were dropped into medieval Europe, you'd
Shit, if it was me,
immediately
I'd be
expose to dozens of
fucking
pathogens your immune system.
enslaved.
Yeah, no, you would die. You would probably. That's what I'm saying. Even if you went back to like non-human eras, there would just be like some fucking. There would be some bug that would sting you, and the next day you would just be dead. It would just infect your
Bro,
body.
because you don't got the
It's never
vaccines and
encountered.
shit.
Meanwhile, the locals have been building resistance to these diseases their entire lives. You might be taken out by what they consider a minor seasonal illness. And this works both ways. I mean, you're a walking biohazard to historical populations. You might be carrying microbes that your body handles fine, but could devastate an unexposed population. Think about Columbus and all of them, and even the
Hell
fall of the
yeah.
Aztecs and the like. Congratulations, you just became a one-person plague vector. And then there's your physical condition. Unless you're regularly doing physical, intense labor, you're probably not going to be ready for the daily workload of pre-industrial life. Farming, blacksmithing, construction all require significant physical strength and endurance that most modern humans just don't have. Even something as basic as
I mean, if I
walking
go far
everywhere
enough
would be a
back, I can
shock
just
to
create
lot
a
of
cabin in the
people.
middle of
People
nowhere and
regularly
just live
walk
off the
20
land.
plus miles a day when necessary. I mean, how's your endurance looking? You know, even traditionally respected professions like medicine would be severely limited. A modern doctor without antibiotics, anesthesia, imaging technology, or even basic sanitation would be working with one hand tied behind their back. Some of you might
Yeah, you'd be as good as the fucking barbers that used to perform fucking
Oh, surgeries, bro.
casual surgery to their fucking patients.
I knew that. I knew that. I learned that from
well,
school.
I could teach them about germ theory.
Bring blankets and pillows. They already fucking
Bro,
have
you
that.
fucking dum-dum.
You would have to bring something
Our
that's
blankets
either
would
gonna
probably
if you're
suck
going back
more,
as a time
too.
traveler with the purpose of trying to like shock them / gain
Bro, you can
power
help them
/
build
help
houses
or
with
integrate
insulation,
into their
bro.
Society. The best thing you could do is go back like 20 years. Like 40 years. Go back to the 80s. Go back pre-2008 financial crisis. Do what
Yeah.
Sketty said, go back in 2001. Tell them about 9/11, prevent that, and fucking...
Bro. And then you go tell them about 9/11 and the government go say, we already know, bro. We already know, bro. We did that. We about to do that. And you know. So, let's just say RIP to your entire family and bloodline. Well, actually, if you're young enough, then your social security number won't even be in a database, so they won't even be able to find it, bro.
Well,
They
nobody
won't
would
even know who
believe
you are.
See, that's another issue. If you, Sketty, if you went back to 2001, September 10th, and you were like, 9/11, it's gonna happen. They would say you're crazy, and then the second it happened, the CIA would interrogate you. You would immediately be, like, #1 suspect. They would say you're in on it. You would be a scapegoat. If you proved yourself, you would probably have to make other predictions, and then they would believe you. So you should actually go back even before then. You should go back to, like, another tragedy pre-9/11 so you could prevent 9/11 by having them fucking freak out at you before and then believe you. But then by butterfly effect, then, you know,
You fuck up the whole
they
world,
might know
bro.
about it and then bomb another building. You know, there's just so many variables.
Your basic physics. But would you really explain it well enough to be useful? Most of us understand these concepts at the surface level based on what we learned in school. but could you derive the mathematical formulas for momentum?
Do you think 9/11 was an inside job? No, but I think the U.S. took 9/11 as a
scapegoat to go
ability
bomb
to
the Middle East, bro.
push themselves in the Middle East for financial gain.
Yeah.
Like, I think the U.S. largely looks for instances where they can force themselves in for financial reasons. I don't think that they planned 9/11, no. But I think that the U.S. government saw 9/11 and went,
You know what?
this is an opportunity.
Let's just go to the Middle East and
then,
kill a bunch of people, steal their
the
oil, and
primary
leave.
thing was killing Osama bin Laden, war on terror. Secondarily, getting your foot in the door in the Middle
Fuck was
East,
that?
getting a lot of
The
money,
hell?
power, you know.
Prevents disease transmission. But could you derive the mathematical formulas for momentum? Could you explain exactly why hand washing prevents disease transmission at a microbiological level? Let's be honest, most of our knowledge is just awareness that something exists and not a very visceral understanding of how or why it works.
I mean, you could do it by
Most
experiments,
of us
bro.
would struggle severely if transported to the past. Our knowledge is built on generations of accumulated science and technology that we take for granted. We know that things work, but rarely how they work from first principles. This realization should actually give us more appreciation for human history.
Yeah, like no one man, only like a few of the best men or not men, people that exist in society today are even capable of going back in time and doing something monumental.
Well, not
The
everything
majority
was
of
created by
people, while we're
one
much smarter
person.
than the humans that came before us, we only have a fractional understanding of the things around us to where we're not really able to go back and do anything with complete understanding.
Did this nigga
Even
just
if I know
explain
that,
what he
like,
said in the beginning of the video, bro?
what calculus is. I don't know how to genuinely apply it to modern day life. I mean, the best thing would
Me
be like
neither,
if you're
bro.
an architect.
Me neither.
Like if you're capable of building or like just things that you could have a full understanding of knowledge on that are like just base things that could be very useful in that time.
Built upon the last, creating the foundation for our modern world.
Like physics knowledge.
On some Avatar The Last Airbender vibes. No single person, not even a time traveler with a modern education, could replicate centuries of human innovation and discovery alone. The true geniuses were the people who advanced human knowledge without having Google or LLMs to help them. If you found this thought experiment type interesting, hit that subscribe button for more content like this, and let me know in the comments.
I would go to Isaac Newton and tell him to give up on fucking what's that profession called where you try to make fucking nothing turn into gold? What is that called? Alchemy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would go to Newton and be
Yeah.
like, that alchemy shit's not working, bud. Give it a rest.
Alchemy is so stupid because, bro, it's literally trying to change the electrons and fucking protons in an element to make it turn into a different element. Buddy, you're gonna kill somebody. You're gonna split an atom somehow on accident, and boom, there goes half the fucking planet. But as you can see, that is the end of our allotted time with our boy Joe Bartolozzi. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a comment, like, and a sub right down below. Let me know what else you want to see today, and let me know. Would you actually be able to survive in the past? Probably not, but I have to catch y'all later. What do I usually say? Have fun with Monte, and I'll see you later today. Adios!